Hello there. Italy's next in line for the high energy costs. Many business people run their businesses, big or small. Been hearing around him from the trade union meeting. Came out this issue. It's gone up 3 times the cost of energy regarding electricity or gas. Here in Italy, the policy, how they adapted as energy and the cost of energy itself. Cost of energy for domestic use and even industrial use is the most highest in Europe as kilowatt hour and cost. And even if in Italy has been delayed the impact of what's going on, the prices of everything is going up. Practically from A to Z, things are going up. And there's a fear of a recession. That will come because prices of energy and goods will continue to go up because it's all a political mess internationally they've done. Because if you didn't put sanctions on Russia, you wouldn't have this problem now with energy. You'll still have a boardable cost source of energy. Because Russian gas, 40% of our power stations run on that. When there's no more gas come from Russia. Then you've got Zelensky telling the Germans to close the mainstream, and that part, the other one, which passes through Ukraine, they want to deroute it, and they want to steal it, and they want to sell it themselves the gas. It's the political leaders, nationally and internationally, are following this suicide mission. You have to suffer to save Ukraine. Guys, do not believe this hype. Ukraine is lost. Ukraine is just a crap they invent. Another agenda which they want to push. And it will get more worse if you continue to have these people in power, locally, nationally and internationally, running the show. Continue sending more weapons to Ukraine, more money. You end up in a recession. You never come out, or such recovery times will be extremely long. Germany and UK, they're the ones, the consumers and their industrial infrastructures are beginning to really suffer because they're following orders from above, from somewhere. Close mainstream 1, close mainstream 2. Don't send back the generator which was under-repaired. Back to Russia, the Gazprom. In the end, you don't think Russians will find other customers apart from Europe that sell their gas and oil. They'll sell it to India, China, or other countries which will ask for it. So you won't damage them economically. And even with the sanctions, you're not damaging them. Because you don't want... You should have thought twice before you put sanctions. Because you don't accept the paying rubles. It would be more better, you would be more diplomatically. Those who continue to follow the fool Zelensky and his government of clowns and the Western collective do so. But what will happen to the end? There is a big risk of the Western economy will go collapse totally. And seeing how the public debit and the public deficit is pretty high, people won't be able to pay the debits which they have, or nations which have a public deficit astronomically, which they continue printing fake money without nothing backing their currency. Like Russia or like China, they have bought a huge amounts of gold. The dollar in 1970, when Nixon said no, when the American dollar was based on gold, when they came out with that mechanism, now it's based on the petrodollar now. If people seeing countries say the economy of America is going tits up, they're beginning to choose other ways. It could be the ruble or the yuan from China. This is the danger, because with those petrodollars, Americans could continue to print more money when there's no more petrodollars which people buy or buy American government bonds from the federal state. That's practically your financing their debit. When people don't buy that anymore, you're going to go broke. It seems Biden or these politicians of the West, they just want to wage war without interesting about the problems and the consequences which are going to happen in their country. It won't be a bed of roses from the autumn and onwards, as we've seen in Germany and the United Kingdom. The prices of fuel and energy continuing going up. It will continue to go up. Businesses, one by one, will end up closing, big or small, because it will be too dear to produce.